Okay, inequalities and number line. Let's have a look. Group each of the following inequality on the number line given. Graph, sorry, not group. My bad. Okay, so what do we have? X is what? Less than 2, where X belong to Z. What does the Z mean? And we can see that then we have N and then we have R. If we are in the exam and we don't remember, we can always open our table to page 23, and here we do have, there it is, and here we have our sets on that page 23. N means what? Whole numbers, positive, no fraction, no negative. Z, whole numbers, positive, negative, 0. Yeah? R has no limitation. So we can always have a look at that page to remind us what are those sets about. So whole number, positive, negative. So how do we do that? First, find that 2. So that's where that 2 is. X is less, that means this is the direction that I am looking at. So I am looking at this direction on the number line. Now, when they are saying belong to Z, like we said, whole numbers, positive and negative, 2 is not included because it has to be less than 2. However, this point here is not included because it has to be a whole number. So the only thing that is included that is less than 2 but is a whole number will be 1. And then it will be 0. And then minus 1. And then minus 2. And minus 3. And minus 4. Okay. Now again, next one. So we identify where is our 3. And again, this is the direction we're going to be looking. So I am looking this direction. Now, we don't draw that line. I'm just drawing it because they will think that that's what is your graph. No, I'm just drawing to show you that this is the direction of the numbers I'm considering. Now, this time belong to N. So again, what is that? Whole numbers, positive. So can X be 3? Yes, because here he's saying X can equal or be less than 3. So that means this number is included, then 2 is included, then 1 is included. Now 0 is not a natural number, belongs to Z, but doesn't belong to N. So that's it. We just mark, let me just make sure I remove those. Before anybody get confused, we don't draw them, yeah? So that's the graph. Okay, now we are going to the last part. Okay, so when you have in your answers, when the limitation of your answer is Z or N, the only thing you graph is the dot that is marked inside. When you have R, you draw a line, and then depending on situation, you do an open dot and a closed one. Yeah. So when it is R, we use those 3 elements. So again, here, let's see. So we have minus 2. So I'm considering minus 2 and 4. So that means X is between number minus 2 is greater than minus 2, but less than 4. So again, R means that there is no limit. So if I am starting at 2, minus 2, does minus 2 belong? Can X be minus 2? No. But can X be this dot here, the next one, which is 1.98? Minus 1.98? Yes, because R allows me all numbers without any limits. So how do we show that? So we start with an open dot, meaning that it starts here, but minus 2 did not belong. And then we end up here with 4. Now again, we are consider, can X be 4? Yes, because here we have equal. X can equal 4. So we mark it this way, we close it, and then we are saying all those numbers in between, all of them, all those numbers on this line in between as well qualify. That's how we do that. Now, I'm going to include a page on the post. I'm going to do a post that have the kind of, how will I say, explanation or information that you can use for inequalities and number lines specifically. Now, this type of stuff, number line, do go away with junior cert. Higher level living cert don't do that.